Hello, everybody. My name is Elvoyd Christmas, and I'm honored to represent the Washington Street Y Memorial Committee. We have a love story and a dream I'd like to share with you. I have to go back in the history, in the year of yesterday, back to 1926, when the most effective social agency ever to come to Montclair came to Montclair for the black community, called the Washington Street Y, better known as the Colored Y. I had three parents, a mother, a father, and the YMCA. The concept of the YMCA back in 1926 was to develop black boys spiritually, mentally, and physically. The Washington Street Y, better known as the Colored Y, went far beyond that. First of all, it got rid of all the orphans in town. Everybody had a parent, and that parent was the Washington Street Y, better known as the Colored Y. The building was erected in 1926 and demolished in 2005 to make way for the Charles H. Bullock Middle School. By the way, Charles H. Bullock was the first black executive of the Colored Y. The Colored Y was like a potter's house. It took soft clay boys and molded them into rock-hard gentlemen. It was a place that gave us love, respect, protection, aspiration, a feeling of being valuable. Before the Colored Y in Montclair, nobody respected the black community. We had nothing to call our own. Thank God for the YMCA on Washington Street, better known as the Branch YMCA or the Colored Y. We had role models who looked like us. We had successful men who looked like us, who would come to the Y and talk to us. We had Booker T. Washington, the founder of Tuskegee Institute, Dr. Mordecai Johnson, president of Howard University, Dr. Benjamin Mays, president of Morehouse College, Jackie Robinson, the first black baseball player. We had churches who would send leaders in the church. Deacons and trustees and pastors would always be in the church to make sure that we were being taught the right things. Churches involved were St. Mark's Methodist Church, St. Paul Baptist, St. Luke's Episcopal, Union Baptist, Trinity United Presbyterian, and the Unitarian Church. One of my role models was my brother Everett. I guess many of you know Everett T. Christmas. He received the Charles H. Bullock Sr. Memorial Sports Award in 1953 for outstanding high school athlete with qualities of wholesome character. He was also inducted into the YMCA Hall of Fame in 2006. I've always looked up to my brother through the YMCA. I started going to the YMCA back in 1948. I was 5 years old. Everybody could afford a membership. If you couldn't afford the membership, they would give you chores to do so that you could afford a membership. The YMCA was the best positive peer pressure that we had, because if you didn't belong to the YMCA, you didn't belong, because it gave us everything that we needed. At the Y also, we had a pool where we could swim. The only place we could swim in town was at the YMCA on Washington Street. The only place we could take a shower, because many people back in those days, before '59, didn't have a shower in their house. And whether you were a member or not, for a nickel, they would give you a clean towel and a bar of soap to take a shower. No one was excluded from the YMCA. The role models that we had were always available. We had game rooms, we had a library, gymnasium, we had a pool, we could play games, we had classes where we would learn about Christian principles, how to behave. When you walked into the YMCA, you had to be on your best accord. I remember I used profanity one day playing a basketball game, and I was expelled from the Y for 2 days. I must have been in 1950. I still remember looking through the gym window and saying, I'll never cross that line again, because it meant that much to us. The YMCA was our family. And for this reason, I'm inviting everybody to donate to the Washington Street Y Memorial Committee. We want to build a monument to be placed in front of the Charles H. Bullock School. We've gotten approval and permission to do so. We're looking for about $4,000. Anybody wishing to donate to this cause can send checks to Washington Street Y Memorial Committee, P.O. Box 481, Montclair, New Jersey, 07042. Let me repeat. The Washington Street Y Memorial Committee, in care of E-Christmas, P.O. Box 481, Montclair, New Jersey. We also have a GoFundMe account under the Washington Street Y where you can donate. Also, I would encourage you to go to montclairstore.com and purchase one of these commemorative T-shirts. $5 of each purchase will be donated to our fund. I feel like I'm giving a eulogy for the Washington Street Y, but it's a happy eulogy. This social agency is missing. Even though the building no longer exists, it stands tall in the hearts and minds of the committee members. Many of us are in our 70s and 80s. We want to get this monument up by next school year because we don't know how much time we have left on this earth. We want to hug it and put some tears on it. Please find it in your heart to donate. Thank you very much.